This is Jocelyn, Lovely Tarot. So good to see you guys here today. Today's readings are going to be for Libra through Pisces. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Libra through Pisces. Okay, guys, I'm excited to be here today with you guys. This reading, I don't know, I was like wondering what time would be best to upload this, and it's like right now is the best time. So I was like, okay, let's do this. Why do the 6-sign forecast instead of the 12 sign? Because I could slow down with it and really get to like really deep within the energy and really go through a couple of things with everyone here, okay? I know everybody wants the 12 sign forecast, but today we're just doing the 6-sign, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you guys want personal readings, you can go to jocelynlovely84@gmail. If you guys want to donate, PayPal, Cash App, all of that information is in the description box below. Click on more, or you can donate on YouTube, okay? Feel free to do all of that. It helps my channel. It really does. It helps me, okay? So thank you. We're paying homage to the ancestors today. I've turned on some incense. I really feel like we're getting here, right? On this beautiful Saturday evening. It's already 6 p.m. over here, so I don't know what time it is over there, but hey, we're here. Okay, for you guys, I'm going to use the Luna L Tarot Universe deck, and then I already for Libra, I already took out your 3 cards, so I already know what we're going to do here, okay? So, alright, y'all. Let's see. Should I timestamp? Yeah, let's timestamp. $221 Libras. Okay, so for you guys, I have a 4 swords, which in the traditional tarot, it really talks about resting, meditation. It could also symbolize a mini death. And this is kind of what I'm getting, like this is after the death and rebirth, right? It felt like we were spending months talking about the death process for so long, but we never got to the after effect, like what happens after death in the metaphorical way. What happens after death? Transformation takes place, right? But the thing about it is, how do we get to the transformation? It almost seems like we were so worried. Our ego was so worried about no longer existing, or certain versions of itself no longer existing. But now that we're on the other side, it's like, whoa, we're not dead. Certain versions of us are, right? Technically, I don't want to call them dead. They're just no longer in use. Certain versions of us, like certain things, characteristics that used to live within us in the other realms, in the other portals. For example, the energetic weights. This is like burdens, resentments, lack of forgiveness, grief, all these things, all these burdens that just keep weighing us down, worries, fears, loneliness, all these things that over time they just amount into like this big extra weight that we haven't been able to release. And then when we were offered the opportunity of death, that's what that was. In order for our hearts and our body to become lighter and be able to sustain in this type of new frequency, all of that had to be released. And that was the death. It's no longer living by these limitations, characteristics, things that like literally kept us in really dense energies at the time. And it almost left us in survival mode. versus really living, right? And then do you see the difference? It's like once you're here in this new, in the transformation part, it's like, how do you, those griefs and resentments and pains, you can't take those with you. You try to take the energetic weights with you, and it was like, it's too heavy. You're too tired. That's why we release them and send them back where they belong, in the past. That's why we were able to do the transformation, because there's a version of you on a conscious level that said, I no longer want to keep living in this way. Regrets. Why? That's not who you were meant to be. You're meant to live in the now. Regrets keep you in the past. And that's where it belongs. Your regrets belong in the past. Acceptance and forgiveness, all that belongs here. Or you can leave that in the past too and then move the fuck on. Right? What do you want now? Now that the death process and the grief and all that's left behind, what do you want now? Here you are, like a little version of you is actually coming to bloom. And it's funny because, again, we were so sad about what happened over there. Letting go of versions of ourselves that no longer resonate. But how much energy have you really spent here in the present moment? About 10 to 15%. Some of you guys 30%, and that's amazing. But have you really stepped into your full potential yet? You know why? Because it's the awareness of, holy shit, you're battling with a crisis of identity. Because all those things that you thought were you, they're not. So once you let that version of you go, who are you in the now? That's why the question is, what do you want? Because if you don't know who you are, that's fine. That's fine. But at least give yourself the chance to figure out what that is here. Because who knows, you might actually be happier here now than you've ever been in the past. Strength. You don't need that here anymore. Look how pretty your environment is. You don't need that. This is a time of celebration in this realm. The possibilities of happiness, peace of mind, fulfillment, joy, all of that is possible here. And you know that. So the more time you spend in the present moment, you realize this is who you really are. Bam. I know it's a 3 of Swords, but look at the difference in power between these two cards. This is you barely scratching the surface of the present moment because you're still stricken with a little bit of the sadness and getting rid of the energetic weights, versus this is who you really are in the present moment. Once you allow yourself to be here. Once you no longer hold on to that fear of identity crisis because you don't know who you are here now. You swear you're sad about leaving all these people behind, but really, it is true, you're sad about leaving all these people behind, but I think it's really the identity crisis that's killing you inside. That's what you're really mourning. Someone once said, I recently saw that Ethan Hawke in a movie called The Reform. He said something about despair being pride. It's like pride to the extreme. He says something about despair being pride to the extreme because that is our way of telling God that we're not as creative as what God is in the moment. And that shit really got to me because I'm like, damn, there was some truth into that. And I needed to hear that to get me out of that fucking despair that I was feeling. That's exactly what I needed. To realize that I'm actually in the process of discovering who I really am once the energetic weight has been lifted off of me. Okay. The nail is not beautiful. It's my birthstone agrees with your color. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome. Welcome to all the viewers. Hello everybody. Hopefully you guys are resonating with the video. Okay. We just got deep into the reading. I hope y'all are resonating with this video, because if you ain't, what are we talking about? Okay. Knight of Pentacles. This is what I'm saying. So focused on what was, but look at what's here. This is for you. This is your world. This is all yours. Do you understand all of the gifts that are waiting for you? It's the present, right? So it's a gift, an actual present. You know what these gifts are that are waiting for you until you turn in the right direction. It's time for you to open them. I feel like you're going to experience gratitude and a shift in consciousness, a shift in awareness so massive. You're going to be in disbelief as to why you even entertained the past for so long, because you could have swore the past was your happiness and it was your livelihood and it was your family and it was everything. Only to realize that the present moment has so much more to offer. It's where you truly belong. It's really where you're going back home. You're going back to self. People say it all the time, but do you really believe it is the question. It's not like we have a choice. I mean, think about it. We swear we have full control of everything, but this whole time our guides have been helping us to transition into this new realm. And we were the last ones to actually, accept it. That it's too late. We're not in the past anymore. We're here. We're here. We're here. Turn around. We're here. What are you waiting for? You literally open your eyes. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. That's the one I was waiting for it to come out. This is yours. An opportunity to grow here, belong here. I'm telling you, the things you're going to discover in this realm about who you really are going to shock you. I mean, it's not just about discovering how ancient you are, right? How long you've been here, how many times you've incarnated here. It's not always about psychic gifts, right? Coming back to you as they were always yours, right? It's not always about that, but it's about the freedom. The freedom to choose what kind of life you want and then go towards it, right? Creating in the moment something so powerful, something so God-given. It's you're going to thank yourself for going on this journey. You're going to thank yourself for choosing yourself and changing. I'm telling you, that's exactly what we've been working towards, and we're here, guys. We're here, Libra. We're here. Let's just enjoy it. Yes, we can still grieve the pain, but don't let that be the main focus of the day. Really sit in how beautiful your day is and all the beautiful little miracles that happen for you each and every moment. Really sit in that, and I'm telling you, you're going to feel much better. Hey, Chevalier, welcome. Queen. Alright, King of Wands. Yeah, bruh. This talks about gifts. Six of Pentacles is gifts. It also talks about have you been giving enough or have you been receiving enough? This has to do with like you're more fruitful and have more gifts than you think you do. You see what I'm saying? You have more than you think you do. And the only way to know that is to really look at everything you have in your home, everything you have going for you, everything you work for, all the luxuries in life, and really see that you have a lot to give. Now, I'm not saying go out there and give everything you have, but you are like a very, very fruitful being. And when I say fruitful, I don't want to say blessed, because blessed means be less, right? I mean, you are literally given so much on a daily basis, and I don't think you really understand how much. I want you to take some time to really be in gratitude to see that, because there's people out there that don't have all the things that you have, okay? There's people that have physical disabilities. There's people that, you know, are really, they don't have anything to eat. If you look at your fridge, you probably do have food, and if you don't, it's because you haven't gone grocery shopping, okay? And if you think you don't have money, you do. And if you think that you're short and you need a way to pay some bills, the divine always supplies. Does it not? Somehow there's always a way. And that's what the divine is trying to get you to see. You have so much to be thankful for. If someone is in need of you, of your services or your help, because you're the King of Wands, that's the master, help them. Help them. Help your brother, your sister. It's not that you need anything to be given back to you. I think you understand that whatever you give, you get back in tenfold. But it's like, it's not even that you need anything back. You have so much to give. And if you think you don't, really look at what you have. Really look at what you have, and you're gonna be like, damn. Okay? That was for my Libras. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Alright, the next reading is gonna be for my what's the next? Scorpio. I was like, what was the next reading? Alright, I'm gonna use a different deck because this deck is starting to get a little sad. It's a good deck, but I want a little bit more of color, so we're gonna use the Anime Tarot. I got money and I can't pay my bills. Right, buddy, but I said, whenever you need something last minute, don't you get it? But think about it. Have you ever literally been so broke you don't know how you're gonna be able to pay your bills or your car note or whatever, or your home or whatever, right? And then last minute something always pulls through. Something always pulls through. Something always comes. You ever notice that? Or do you end up in a ditch and you die? Because you're still alive. So how many times have you literally survived a moment where you didn't think you were gonna make it through? So so if you start seeing it like that, you'll stop worrying 24/7 about where am I gonna get that next paycheck, where am I gonna get that next this, where am I gonna get the next that. Do you see what I'm saying? Really think about what I'm saying here, and take that into consideration before you dismiss it, because that's one way to get rid of the fear. Is to not always be afraid of, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. I'm not going to be able to do this. You need to have a little bit more faith that God's got your back. And if you don't, then you need to have a conversation with God as to why do you lack in faith when it comes to money, abundance, all of that. Okay? Okay. Scorpio. 4 of Wands. Oh shit. Okay. Something here. There's something here. Hold on, y'all. 4 of Wands came out again. It keeps wanting me to look back at the Wands. Let me timestamp this. I got money and I can't pay my bills. He's funny. Okay, Libra, Scorpio. 1919, that's right. Okay. Alright. Here's what I'm getting out of this, okay? I'm getting uniqueness, a person. This is you. This is you based on individuality. Okay, you're a wand, but you're unique. You're unique in your own ways. You're built differently. Your characteristics, everything that makes you you is exactly what benefits you, and it's what becomes you, right? These are the talents and abilities that you acquire and possess to do what you have to do in this lifetime. But it's all about you and what benefits you, right? Now, when you add the Four of Wands, what do you see? Four. This is the difference between uniqueness, individualism, and collective. A whole group of people who are individually, right, themselves, unique, they're unique, right? But then when you put all of these wands together, they form a collective. The betterment of the whole, right? And the sum of its parts. The whole, collective, individual. You're not as different as you think you are. You're unique, but you really resonate with the whole group here. There's a whole group dynamic here that you resonate with, and you are getting prepared here to go from individual to a collective whole. And then finding the similarities that you have within all of these people that are a pure reflection or pure mirror on a daily basis to you. So when you walk into a job, or when you go see your family or see, friends and family, right? You think they're them, right? And they are individuals, right? But 9 times out of 10, we always want to think we're so different from the people we acknowledge on a daily basis. But why do you think there's such thing as a mirror? They're really a reflection of what you think of yourself. And these mirrors keep appearing left and right, whether these are people that you like, acknowledge, relate to, or people that you cannot stand. Your enemies. People that want to see your downfall. All this shit. Right? At the end of the day, they're your mirrors. When you relate to them, you see the best versions of yourself. When you're inspired by them, you see the potential of who you could be with enough discipline and, intention. And then your enemies, you see the things about ourselves we have not accepted. Right? Our enemies show us our weaknesses, which is why we need them. They reflect back what we have not accepted and what we need to work on. Do you see what I'm saying? So, we think we're unique and like to run the show and do things our own ways. But then when you see the collective whole, they're just mirrors of who we really are. So are we really that different from one another? And it's not just about us being human and being of service and helping one another. Yes, that's a part of it, but really what's so different between you and the next person? When we think of it as in frequency, think of it as frequency. We attract who we are, good and bad. So every time you attract a relationship, we attract a relationship, we have to ask ourselves, why am I attracting this type of relationship? Every time, whether we like it, whether we don't, why? It's to teach us something about ourselves. How committed we are to ourselves, how much we love ourselves, how much we don't. How much we disrespect ourselves, or how much we do respect ourselves. Really look at the relationship dynamics you have and ask yourself whether this the things you like about it or that you don't. What is this really mirroring to you? How does this form a collective whole? And if I don't like the collective whole that I'm keep attracting or I'm surrounded by, how can I change that? How can I change that? Or do you know how to change it? Maybe the question should be how do we learn to change that? Right? Either way, because this is going on a really broad topic. The point is, and we really did touch on too many topics right now. Point is we talk about creating a world that's perfectly designed for us. That's what it is. When we think of collectively wanting to be around a whole group so that we can successfully move forward, how do we bring in the best intentions, right? Well, okay, let me not say it that way because it's coming off. I don't like the way it's coming out. How can we be a little bit more considerate of the people around us, a little bit more patient, and practice principles that, you know, a lot of us would wish we can be more flexible towards, right? So it's kind of like that saying, practice kindness, understanding, patience, love, communication. How do we apply those a little bit more on a daily basis, including to our considered enemies? How can we apply that a little bit more into the situation? Do you see what I'm saying? And I feel like this week, a lot of us are going to get triggered into seeing how we can be a little bit more kind and loving to our brethren or even our enemies. Yes, I know you keep asking, how could we be kind to our enemies if they want to see our demise? Do you ever thought why your enemies hate you so much? Because you're a pure representation of what they haven't accepted within themselves. It's not even personal. And once you see it that way, they're not so bad. But this is what I'm saying. It's about elevating that level of consciousness in order for us to not take anything so personal. This is why in our spiritual awakening, we talk about this. We don't just say it to say it because it sounds so pretty and it's all guru-y. No, it's because when you apply those principles, it makes you more considerate. It makes us more patient, more flexible, more understanding, more loving. That's what makes us become that when we don't take it personal, right? Even when they attack us, even when they smite us, even when they hate us, even when they whatever. Now, I'm not saying tolerate disrespect, but I'm saying if you have to deal with these people, there's something there. There's a reason why we keep attracting these type of enemies or these type of people. Let's learn the lesson without attacking or hurting because you know how karma works. We're better than that, right? Learn our lessons and get the fuck on. I'm giving you an answer, a proactive answer, right? Still be kind and understanding or, you know, tolerant, but with distance, or professional if it's a work environment. But learn the lesson so we can move on. Because at the end of the day, even if you do move on and you ascend to, you know, a bigger stage of the game, you're going to always, it's always collective. You're going to, you know, bring in more people who with problems and some type of enemy or confrontation. We're always going to attract this. It's part of the dynamic. It's part of the whole. It's always going to be like that. But there's a reason why we haven't elevated from this type of consciousness, right? And I feel like we're trying to figure it out. For some of you guys, you have been kind to your enemies. You have been loving to your enemies. You have, as much as you can, because you understand that you don't want to keep you don't want to have this whole situation, you know, a karma situation happen to you. You lived through enough karma alone to know that that's not the best solution, right? Some of you guys are understanding that you got to take the good with the bad. We take the good with the bad, right? And so I'm getting that some of you guys are really ascending on some form of higher level understanding. And a lot of it is coming through forgiveness, acceptance, or even somebody making an amends towards you. We're starting to see these things really changing us. So maybe, for example, if you're maybe in the past when you used to go through several scenarios, you used to handle it the wrong way, versus now you handle it in a much more mature way, right? Because you understand actions and consequences at a broader scale. And I think that's what's making you change little by little, even towards anybody. Animosity, chaos, anybody that brings that type of energy towards you, you're responding in a more loving and patient and kind way. Whereas in the past, you probably would have gone batshit crazy, right? Okay. With the Seven of Wands, though, what's the Seven of Wands? Let me pull another card. Hey, givers and takers. Let me clear it into the Seven of Wands. Yeah, look. See understanding? It's just a mirror. Every time you're triggered or bothered, you understand. It's within you, and you have full power and authority to heal this. Or dig a little deeper into the research as to why somebody even triggered you that much. Because we're always getting triggered, and again, how Queen Cup says it, triggers are the lack of awareness that's being brought to you, right, from the subconscious versus actual awareness through inspiration, seeking some type of going down a path, or intentionally marking a path, or paving a path. Is actual awareness. Do you see the difference between the two? And I feel like she was getting to a point here, and it was actually really beautiful when she said it. It's the getting to the triggers now, so that when it happens again, more consciously aware of it, so that it doesn't really affect us as much, right? Because the triggers are always going to come. It's just the way you react to it, right? Don't even react to it. It's just you can take it in now. It gets to the point where it doesn't even bother you anymore, because you've learned from it, you've grown from it, or you've accepted it, right? I hope I didn't butcher anything she said. I hope I said it correctly. Oh God. Okay. All right. With the Eight of Pentacles and the Lovers, yeah. It's a collective whole. Two individuals. Two individuals making peace with each other, finding peace. If you don't get it, I feel like somebody makes an amends or an apology to you this week, if they haven't already, or like two people who are in conflict, they wave the white flag and understand that they have more in common than they do differences. And it's scary, but it's a very human, realistic conversation here between two people, or you in a group dynamic, but it almost seems like it's two people. This is going to surprise you. And then we have 6, number of karma, of humanity, love. I feel like somebody holds accountability here. I don't know if it's you or them. They hold accountability this week, and they tell you the truth, or you tell them the truth, and it like liberates something, it heals something within the person that was hurt in the situation. They heal you this week, because they tell you the truth about something that you knew. But it's always nice when somebody validates what you believe is true. You don't know, but you can make the assumption that this is true. They kind of like say, yes, this was true, X, Y, and Z, this is why I did it, X, Y, and Z, and you're just gonna look at them like, damn, so I was right, thank you. You're not gonna tell them, damn, you were right, but you're gonna say thank you for the apology. Or if it's them, they're gonna thank you for the apology, because somebody apologizes from truth, okay? Their apology is real genuine here. And it's gonna take you back because you didn't think they had the capacity to, or they didn't think you had the capacity to, but it really awakens something within both of you. It heals the other person, it heals both of you, and then you both come to an understanding that you're both more similar than you thought you were. And then this person teaches you something about yourself. I don't know what that is, but it's good for you. And they teach you, and you teach them as well. It's crazy. This is why it's full circle. Okay? With the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this is somebody waving the white flag or saying sorry. Eight of Pentacles talks about investments. This took a lot for them. This really took a lot for them to come up and tell you. So if they do apologize, I think you're going to take it very well, and you're going to tell them thank you. If you're apologizing to them, you're mustering up everything within you, because it's, again, to make an apology like that is sincere apology, it takes a lot of courage. Okay, so this is like a debt repaid, or harm done to you repaid through words. I think that's it. I'm not going to keep going because that reading was too long. Good evening, my first time here. Hey, Arifa, welcome. Alright, that was for my Scorpios. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I feel like I shouldn't leave it like that, but okay, I'm going to draw one more card, and then we're going to end it because that reading was too long. The Nine of Pentacles, yeah. 8 is someone bringing a genuine apology. That's what it felt like when I showed you 8. And this is because this is a fear. They don't know how you're gonna take it, or if you're gonna dismiss them, or if you're gonna be like, oh, I told you, right? Or they make the apology because number 9 talks about amends in the 12-step program. And this is you receiving it with grace, and then somebody being, you know, this whole situation just worked out, right? And then with the 9 of Pentacles, it talks about hard work being acknowledged, because making the amends was a lot of work, and somebody acknowledging you. The pink also talks about love, and it talks about forgiveness. You forgive yourself here as you forgive somebody else. Same, likewise. They ask for forgiveness and they're grateful, and they also forgive themselves while they ask for forgiveness, okay? Because remember, have you ever made an apology before and somebody didn't accept it? Or worse, they were like, oh, what are you talking about? They denied it. Yeah, it takes a lot of guts, okay? So just be mindful. I've had apologies that I made that were not received well at all. Okay. Alright, that's it. That was for my Scorpios. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The next reading is going to be for Sagittarius. Can I get a positive word from you? Those were positive words. Everything that I'm saying on this live is positive words, okay? Just stick around for the reading and listen to the words that I'm saying. They could apply to you, okay? All right. Sagittarius. Give me a second, I dropped the card. Oh, and it's in reverse. What y'all do, Sagittarius? What did you do? It came out in reverse. I can't. What is this? Oh. This paints a story, actually, if I go here. Interesting. I'm too afraid to draw more cards out because this reading is already so powerful. Do you see why I can only do the 6-sign forecast now? Because the readings have been getting really long now, because I've slowed down, and there's something here about channeling a lot more. So like 6 signs is more than enough. Should I draw one more card, man? I don't even know if I should. Let me pull this upwards though. Yeah, let me pull one more card. One more. One more. was right. It's about trying to get up. Let me see something here. Yeah. Okay. Let me timestamp anyways, okay? I'm gonna timestamp. Sagittarius, 40, 14, 40, 14, 40, 14. Okay, so I'm getting, I feel like this is not you. Or maybe it is. If this is not you, this is your guides, okay? They're pouring in all the love and wisdom and healing that they can, okay? This is like a whole bunch of inspiration, a whole bunch of encouragement. If this is you, you're pouring this encouragement onto somebody else, okay? Somebody else who really needs this. Somebody that really needs all the encouragement at the time right now because they're at the King of Cups in reverse. They really need all the love and inspiration and encouragement that they could receive, because what they're going through, it almost seems like their walls, reminds me of the walls caving in, or like the whole life is crumbling inside out. The whole world could be upside down. They just don't feel like they need all, they're only relying on faith at this point, because nothing in the world, in the exterior, is showing as like well. It almost seems like everything in the exterior is scaring them, is shocking them. It's the whole world's upside down. So right now what they need is all the love and encouragement that they can receive. This could be you. You could be the King of Cups in reverse. Needing all the help possible. But these are two different people. Okay? You decide which one's you, or if this is your guides and this could be you, or this is you and this is somebody else, or this is you and this is somebody else, okay? You have the Ten of Swords with strength, though. This is what I'm saying. Ten of Swords, the guy's literally all the way. It's like this person's having like either a real midlife crisis, or the whole world's like been destroyed. The whole reality is non-existent. And this person's like afraid to get out of this matrix, or this person's afraid of like, of what the reality is now. It almost seems like this person's like defending themselves, but they don't really know what they're defending themselves from. This is solely fear. It's solely fear, because it's the realm of the mind. Okay, again, you could be going through something. Whoever this person is that's going through something, their whole world is, it's not the same. It almost seems like it's somebody going through a first spiritual awakening, or somebody who's just life, just, I don't know, a major event happened, and they are not okay. They are not okay. With number 8, talks about strength. It almost seems like they've been fending off, or trying to fend for themselves, or they're on survival mode. In survival mode, I meant to say. Let's see what else. Chariot. Yeah, and then this is somebody, no, this is a chariot. This is the other person, or the being, if this is your guide, they're like the ones trying to like protect and care for and be there for you. Or who this because look, it has a 2 in it. This is the other person right here. They're like trying to guide the other one on like instructions on what to do now, or how to survive this, or how to get through it, get by. It's like giving you the courage that you need to know that everything's gonna be okay. Because this one's way more hopeful than what this one's going through. This one's like, what the fuck is going on, right? It's way different. And then 1 and 7 is 7, and this is the 7. So it's 7 and 7 is the same person. This is the same optimistic, hopeful person. This one is, not doing so well. Okay? Alright, Sagittarius, anything else? See, same person again. This is like somebody's trying to bring in the words of wisdom or healing because they know you need it, or whoever this is that needs it, they know. We're going to call them 7, okay? Whoever this person is, we're going to call them 7. 7 knows that you're in need of a lot of fine-tuning or balancing, but this person's not giving you words of wisdom just like they're not trying to save you, they're giving you courage or energy or their but this is from like a calm and understanding place, so it's words of guidance. They know exactly what they need to say and nothing more, nothing less. It's a very loving and giving energy, whatever this is. This could be your guides, okay, or somebody's guides. You are well protected. This one knows that though. This one, the one that's afraid of their reality, they know that this one's very loving and understanding and empathetic. Okay, they know that, which is why they can come to you for words of wisdom, or they can come to you because they know they're gonna receive the right guidance from you, from whoever 7 is, okay, from 7. There you go. Is it the 5? I keep getting the 5 of Swords. Why? The 6 of Pentacles. 5 and 6, 5 and 6. 5 and 6, 5 and 6. What's 5 and 6 here? Let me see. With the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm getting... This is the balance card again. I think somebody's trying to teach you about balance, or trying to keep your balance, tell you to hold your balance properly. So I feel like if somebody feels unstable and out of balance, that's what you've been needing. You need the balance. You need it. Without it, you're not, your whole world is what feels upside down. 5 of Swords. That's the conflict. There's something here that's keeping you unstable. There's this fear of not being able to bring in stability for yourself. Or somebody being, this could be financially unstable, but I'm getting emotionally unstable. Like somebody's not, they don't feel secure or stable in the environment they're in right now, or they're trying to find the stability in the environment that they're in right now. Let's see what else. 2 of Wands. Yeah, it's almost like you can't move forward. I didn't think about that. The 10 of Swords in the original tarot, he's laying flat on the floor. Like literally dead, left for dead. This guy's not moving. Do you see what I'm saying? This person's not moving. With the 2 of Wands, this is like a very happy, courageous, ambitious, assertive energy. It's that energy that you need to move forward. It almost seems like you're stuck. You're stuck where you're at, which is why you need all the support to move forward. That's what's feeling unstable. Maybe you just haven't had the right footing, or haven't had the right environments to do that in, and now it's like you're gonna have to do it all over. And this time it's gonna require you to like learn how to balance yourself to do it right, or to hold your own. Yeah. Anything else for Sagittarius? 8 of Cups. It's 5, 6, 7. The 6, the 7, and the 8. I'm getting, oh, the Chariot again. Okay, yeah. I'm getting it's time to move. It's time to move or move on. Move or move on from this incident. It's time to move on. It's a different, it's time to get out of where you're at so that you can find a more stable, because you can't be stable there. You can't have an equal footing there. It's not equal there. Wherever you're at, it's not equal. You need to go to a place where it's even or equal, where you can receive and give or create, and it has to be a balance. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no balance there. Nothing is equal there. So maybe there's inequality there, wherever environment you're in. Some type of inequality keeps happening in that environment or wherever you're at, and you still keep staying there. I don't know why, when it's not equal. And you've had many chances to see that, which is why your world's imploded. Like, you understand that this is not okay, or you're never okay in this environment, but you keep staying there, or you keep going back there, or you don't want to leave. You keep thinking the situation's gonna get better. It's not. It's not. Because you don't, it's not a ground, equal footing. And if you've already left an environment like that, it's like you're trying to find the balance in the new one. But it's not that hard. You just have to kind of like be still for a second and breathe, and it should be fine. It should be easier here. I think maybe that's what you're struggling with. It's hard. It was harder over there. It's not as difficult when you're moving forward. Hopefully that made sense. There was a lot here about lack of balance. There was a lack of balance here. And that's what you've been working on this whole time. It's learning to have enough balance, and something about equality. Equality. Equal for all, equal for you. There should be enough in there for you, but there wasn't. Okay, so, all right, that was for my Sagittarius. The next reading is going to be for my Capricorn. Hey, welcome, Constance. Good to see you. Okay, Capricorn. Cappies. 52, 36, 52, 36. Okay. Alright. 52, 36, 52, 36. Let me see. Oh. Please tell me that's not true. No. Okay. Dang, all these cards want to come out, but then they don't. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to draw one more out, okay? Okay, 2 of Swords. It's not the worst card. It's not the worst card. No, so many cards. I don't like taking too many cards. Alright, 4 of Cups. Interesting. Never noticed this in the cards. I already times that. There's fire in the water with the 2 of Swords. And although there's air, all the elements are here. I never noticed that. All the elements are here. You have earth, air, fire, and water. Interesting. I never noticed that from this reading. Now I have to look at all the cards and see that they also have all of the earth elements. This gives me like fine-tuning or finding the right elements, or getting a little bit of each element and learning how to work with all the elements put together. It's like, okay, maybe you learn how to work with air for a bit, and then as the years went by, we learned how to work with fire, right? How to create, how to be spontaneous, how to work with like pleasure and all energy, right? And then, you know, the next last years we started working with pentacles, which is one of the hardest ones to work with, right? And started to work on a purpose and creation and making sure that, you know, what we create is long lasting foundations. And then the last one is probably water, right? Because we need water in order to make anything grow, right? And I feel like although some of these energies do cancel out, like some are positive, some are negative, it's like when you use the right amounts into each element, right? You use the right amount of each element, it actually works to your favor. This is also in the Magician card. Every single element is on there because it shows he can make anything happen when he knows how to earn and collect all the right resources. But it's not just about collecting the resources, it's what you do with the resources once you have them. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is why the Magician creates magic, right? With the Four of Cups, it's like that's what he's been missing though. The last one is water. So it's like you've had everything in this cup, right? Almost every single thing. The last thing you're missing is water. Why? Because now it's like that's what you need to grow. Is water. Some of you guys are working on the heart space in order for you guys to it's like clearing the last bits of it out and then working on that so that like there's everything that you work towards or, you know, grow or create, it's coming from the heart space, right? There's this is what you need. Everything that you make or do is out of love. So like but it's like intensified. That's the best way to manifest, right? Is through the heart. That's what you've needed, I'm getting. Let's see what else. Yeah, Ace of Cups again. Yeah. There's something here about really understanding what the Ace of Cups is going to do here for this next stage of your life. Here's what I'm getting. Either in previous times, you know, sometimes we use our heart space to go, you know, to care for the ones we love or set our intentions to, you know, it just depends on who or what you choose to love. This is what I'm getting. Who or what you choose to love. And sometimes I feel like we spend a lot of our times just giving from our heart easily. And I feel like as we grow older, we learn not to do that, right? We learn to be a little bit more reserved, right? And then learn when to or who to be giving and loving to is what I'm getting. I feel like maybe that's what it is. You're like wanting to be giving and loving and open again from the heart, but you don't know. I think there might be this fear of like how you're going to go about it this time. I feel like there's this fear of if you put your heart out there or if you lighten your heart again and then try again and put yourself out there, whether that's to opportunities from the heart or people, new people, it's like, are you going to be received correctly this time? I feel like you're sitting there wondering if you put your heart out there again, not foolishly, but if you actually set your intentions to live through the heart again, will you be received or loved properly, or will whatever you set your intentions towards from the heart space, will it manifest and come true, right? Because it might not just be people, it could be a dream that you have, and maybe you've tried trying to make this dream come true and then you couldn't, and so you got sad and you felt despair because you thought that this was your life path or something you were supposed to do, only to realize that you didn't make anything manifest, or you tried and it didn't happen, and so it made you really sad, right? So what I'm saying here is you're questioning whether if you even try to live through the heart again, will it be well received in any capacity, right? And the answer might surprise you because it's not really our place to kind of question how it's going to be received or will it be received. It's not our place to, really question how that's going to work out, right? All we can do is really, again, lighten the load, the pain from the heart, make it as light as possible, and then live through it on a day-to-day basis because it's who we are. It's an essence of who we are. We can't go around living without our hearts. So whether it's received or not, that has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with you and who you are as a person. Do you see what I'm saying? And so the point is, that's like not the point, right? I think we're focused on, because we're just so afraid of the pain, the mind is thinking, well, what if it fucks up again? That's, well, maybe the intentions or the way you wanted things. Again, because you're so focused on the results, or you're more focused on having love being received properly, or having someone love us back, we miss the whole point of why we operate from the heart space in the first place. Because it's who we are, not because we want something in return. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see why this becomes, people close their hearts and decide never to operate from it again, or decide never to give people a chance again, and decide that it's too hard? No, that because the intentions towards it were probably misplaced. If you're going to live through the heart space, it's for yourself, first of all. It's not for anyone else, right? Once we understand that, then we start to live differently. For example, if this is towards a business or something that you want and don't get results fast enough, but you're doing something that you swear you love, but you can't let go of the fact that you're not financially being fulfilled financially, then what are you doing this for in the first place, right? Besides the money. So is what you're doing, is it actually out of love, or is it for the money? Do you see why we say make sure we operate out of love with almost every single thing that we do? Even if it's something we don't like to do, like a discipline, it's important to do it because we love ourselves enough to know that we want a good outcome for us in the future. Do you see what I'm saying? When you do it out of love, it's like, it's an expression of who you really are. Now, again, I'm not saying, oh, don't want money and don't want this and don't want that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you really do something because you love it, the money will come in time, right? But in the meantime, enjoy what you do. Okay? And again, you do it for you, not for anyone else. And I think that there's a big realization here about, once we understand what the cup or water really is, or what it does for us, then we use it and we apply it, and then we do it. I don't want to say do it right or wrong because that's subjective, but we do it with a different level of understanding. Do you see what I'm saying? And now that we do it from a different level of understanding, we're much happier because of it. We could be. I mean, if you're not, then I don't know. Awareness could bring some happiness, but I would think that you would feel happier or at peace knowing that if we live through our heart, it's who we are. I would think so, right? With the Queen of Pentacles, yeah, this is when it comes to investments, she's one of the best to do it. Practical investments, of course, right? But nonetheless, it almost seems like, I feel like once you understand the intention behind why you do what you do. So maybe before, when you used to do things, it was because of X, Y, and Z, because of this person, because of the money, because of this, because of that. And although those were great things to inspire you to move or create, right? Although those were great things to like get you to get somewhere, at this stage of the game, if at this stage of the game with our level of awareness, we're doing it for ourselves. And once you understand that, it's like now you can really move. Now you really got it. Congratulations, Capricorn. And this coming from a sign that is fully about the material realm. Like, don't get me wrong, Capricorns are always looked down as, or looked bad. They're looked at as materialistic, right? But they're one of the best signs that when it comes to discipline, hard work, and materializing anything in the 3D, in the earthly plane, they're the winners. They're the winners, okay? They're the ones that make it happen. And I feel like it was never about making things happen or manifesting that was your problem. It was understanding why you needed certain resources, because you were able to get the resources, but you didn't understand how to apply them. Now that you understand it from an awareness, from a different awareness, or a more conscious awareness, it's like now you can really make magic, is what I'm saying. Okay, Capricorn? Alright, that was for my Cappies. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The next reading is going to be for my Aquas. Everything else will follow. Exactly. Thank you. Cappy. That's right, that's right. Alright. Do I want to use this deck? I don't want to use this deck. I really don't. Let's use the Anime Tarot. Aquas. I feel like it took forever to get that message out, and I was like kind of understanding, trying to figure out like where is this message going, but so far I'm feeling good. Okay, I'm gonna draw one more card. Okay, what's up with this Page of Pentacles? Oh no. Is this correct? Is this the correct card? I don't know if it is. I'm gonna draw one more card. One more card, okay? And then we can do it. There you go. Ah, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Okay, let me timestamp. Aquas. 60. Oh, an hour. An hour. Oh no, 68. Oh, 68. I was gonna say 00. Okay. You have the Ace of Swords with the Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the thing about this reading, though, let's see. Okay. So, we have the Wheel of Fortune here, but here's the thing about it. I feel like there's a... I don't know what this Ace of Swords is yet, but let's talk about the Page of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? I feel like this is you in the present moment, my Aquas. As you know, you guys are all about the realm of the mind and seeing beyond, seeing in the future. But here's the thing about it, it's like, I don't think you're really focused on the future or what the it's like the potential of what the future might hold. And it's crazy because you're usually still the visionary of the zodiac sign. You're the visionary. You're the one that sees for the collective whole. You see like bits and pieces that others might miss, and then you put it all together, the piece of the puzzle, and it's like the collective whole. You're the future visionary, and yet it's like, it's shocking because you might be the most pessimistic this week. It's a piece of the puzzle that's been given to you about what the future will look like, what it might hold, and yet you have no interest in it right now. it almost seems like it doesn't even matter, or you haven't, it's like it's not enough to persuade you or convince you that there's something hopeful to look forward to yet. I'm not saying you're pessimistic about it. I just think right now it might be too painful to look ahead or to look at what's in the present moments. And the surprising thing about it, it's like your guides were so sure that you couldn't get away fast enough, or that you would be the one of the first ones to be excited about what's to come, or breaking through a new portal or a new bridge, a new beginning, a new future that you can, opportunity that you can invest in and start in. It almost seems like they're surprised as to why you don't even want anything to do with it this week. Or maybe you're slower to get on with the program. You're usually the first one, but this time it's like, no, you don't want to jump the gun, or you're just okay where you're at now. It's easier not to be so ready for the next thing, right? Almost seems like you kind of want to tell people you don't want to be bothered right now. I feel like somebody doesn't want to be bothered. They just want to be left alone with their thoughts, or with their grief, or whatever they're dealing with. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be sought after. They don't want anything coming in. Oh man, it's the King of Cups in reverse again. But these are in reverse, so I'm gonna turn it over. Okay, King of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you just want to be alone, but you really don't. I just think somebody's preparing themselves, but at a slow pace, at a snail's pace. Aquariuses usually don't have a problem moving towards the next thing, because they understand that it's for a bigger purpose, or it's for the best, or it's even what's beneficial to the whole collective. But it almost seems like that doesn't apply here. Like the collective can wait. The collective could wait. Oh hell no. You're like, fuck the collective. Oh my god, I can't. Fuck the collective. Okay, I see you. Yeah, somebody's just they're tired. Somebody's emotionally tired. Yeah. Yeah, it's like somebody's just really grouchy this week, but it's not about the grouchiness. I think, yeah, somebody's grouchy because they're being forced to move, or they think they have to go and move forward, and they're like, no, like they just want to be left alone. So if you're moving really fast this week, I advise you to slow down, because it's really gonna like irk you even more that you have to be moving at a fast pace, when really you just don't want to even move. You just want to stand still and stay where you're at. You want to be left alone in your corner. Interesting. A Judgment. Yeah. Again, it's like every decision you've made has led you to this point. So it's like, it's almost like it's a gift to be here in the newness, of to move forward and to look forward to what the future will hold. It's a gift, but everything you've done and worked towards has it's a gift, but you don't see it that way. It almost seems like it's something you have to do, instead of what it really is. It's something you've worked towards, something you've managed to make happen for yourself, and yet you could care less about that. It's because you don't see the whole picture. You only gain a piece of it, and so to you, this is not enough for you to move you this week. It's like, whatever. This is not enough. I don't care about this enough to jump through the roof with joy, right? With the Six of Swords, though. Yeah. The Divine's like, here, I got something for you. It's probably a new perspective. Your guys are like, here, a new perspective, a new truth. Simmer with this, sit with this. Look at this. They're trying to catch your attention. Like, look at this. You want this. This is what you've been wanting. But you don't understand that right now. Or don't see it. Or maybe don't want to see it. Look, they're bringing the sword again. This is the only reason I was able to see that. Because I was like, what is the Ace of Swords doing here? They're bringing it to you. Like, bro. Bro, read between the lines, read the fine print. There's something here for you that you wanted, but you don't see it. You'd rather pow in your corner. Oh my gosh. This is hilarious. Of course, they didn't say it in that mean way or in the funny way that I'm saying it, but this shit's funny. They're saying it in the most loving way, and yet you don't care. You don't care. I think it's because you don't have the whole picture. Yeah, you don't have the full picture. You're about to, though. You're about to get a bigger picture of it, or a bigger understanding of it, or maybe you're just, something's going to pull you out of that funk and tell you, bruh, look what you're missing out on. Look. Something's going to help you change your perspective this week. Something's going to, like, wake you up. Like, hey, Wheel of Fortune is expansion, it's Jupiter, it's everything you could want, it's gifts materializing finally, or again, it's, I don't even think that's why maybe you just don't care. It's like, who cares? It's not what you want, or it doesn't move you anymore. These things that you swore were the things you wanted, you don't care. They don't move you anymore. Or there has to be a big enough reason for you to get up and move. Ooh, okay. Yeah, but here's what you don't see, though. Is what I'm saying. Because you're looking at what the divine's bringing you, a tool or realization. They're bringing you a piece of the puzzle. Like, hey, pay attention, pay attention. And you're like, I don't care. I want to stay where I'm at. Even though the light's over here shining down on me, saying, let's go. A whole new beautiful opportunities here. And what you don't see, it's that it's okay, it's the Wheel of Fortune, it's a 10, right? Which is everything you say you wanted. You see it as as just one pentacle, but it's not. You see it as a one pentacle, one piece of the puzzle, but it's not. It's the whole thing. You just haven't, you're not realizing it. It's here. It's here. All promises that you, I don't know how to better explain it. Here, if you don't believe me, look the card that came out after, the 10 of Pentacles. What's the difference between Wheel of Fortune, that's a 10, the 10 of Pentacles? It's everything you wanted. I just don't know why you don't see it yet. Or are you refusing to see it? Which one is it? Maybe you're adjusting to it because it's too bright, it's too pretty, or you got you wanted to be here so bad, you wanted this so bad, but is it too late now? Have you changed too much? Are versions of you that can no longer come with you so that you can attain the 10? Or are they, I don't know. There are versions of you that don't come with you to get to the 10. They don't. But how else were you supposed to get to the 10? How else were you supposed to? You thought that you were supposed to bring every version of you with you to that 10? No. Or certain people? No. You can't get to the 10 with certain people. There's certain things that just can't come with you. There's certain things we cannot get. But we made it to the 10, though. I just don't think right now you care to hear it or listen to it. Right now you don't want to. And I'm not mad at you. But whenever you're ready or done being in the corner and upset, or whenever you're done with the frustrations or the aloofness of it, or you can turn back around and see that you got what you truly needed, You're about to get something you really need. Not what you want, what you really need. Maybe that's what the 10 was all about. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what's in your reality now, because a lot of people are having different experiences. So to each, right? We go on a case by case basis. Okay. All right. That was from my Aquas. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Then 10, the Sun. This is the 3 happiest cards in the deck, bro. The Sun. The Sun. That's a bro. That's a 19. That also goes to a 10. The 9 and 1 is a 10. Damn. Aquas. You got 3 straight 10s. That means you're done. You wrapped up a cycle. A cycle's wrapped up. That's what you wanted, right? To wrap up a cycle. It's done. How it came about, how the ending came about, maybe you're not happy with that. I get that. I've been there. I get you. I get you. But whenever you're ready, in the long run of things, maybe in about a couple of weeks, you're going to start to see that you're going to be very happy. If you allow yourself to be, you're going to be very happy. Okay? Alright, that was Aquas. The next reading is for my Pisces. It's the last reading for the week. Last reading for the week. Alright. Finally. I don't know why it feels like the readings have been slower or taking much longer. But it really hasn't. I've only taken like 20 or 30 more minutes. Okay? Maybe that's why. Okay. Pisces. We timestamp. Alright, so I have the 4 of Cups in reverse. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay? Almost seems like you're stacking bowls on top of each other. Like a structure. So you're trying to form a structure. 4 talks about structures and strong foundations, but I don't think you're going to be able to build a strong foundation on stacking like this, okay? Because it's in reverse. Oh, what? These cards are coming out in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Why is it coming out in reverse? Let's say so you're trying to get something out of the ground, or the soil was not fertile. It's hard for you to build something, even a foundation, or build any foundation, or plant any seeds. Hold on. Let me just make sure. I'm gonna draw one more card out. Okay. It's like whatever you've been doing. Almost seems like you were doing it wrong, or I don't want to say wrong, but like you got a 4 of Cups in reverse, and then you got an 8 of Cups upright. Almost seems like the way you've been doing things, you may think it's good because it got you as far as it did, but what I'm getting is like you... Okay, I think I'm getting it now. You got these 4s, right? If it's upright, you'd be more open to more. It almost seems like whatever you've been working to get or acquire, the way you've been working from, it's been like this. It's like you weren't open to anything else coming in, right? So if you're trying to build a structure or have more of whatever this is, more of this would be better. But you'd have to be open to receive more. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you were not open. This card alone, a 4 of Cups, it's somebody like grieving something that has not been emotionally fulfilled, right? Something that was not emotionally fulfilled or fulfilling. But, and this, this is fine, but actually, so if it's in the realm of emotion, you haven't been open to anything that's emotionally fulfilling. Do you see what I'm saying? When you put it upright, you're more open to it. Because if it's in reverse, nothing can come in. Nothing can come help you, and you can have more of the cups, but there's no room for it because you won't allow that. Or if you've been working towards attaining more of something, it's like the same strategy that you've applied to gain more abundance of something, you haven't been able to get it in because you've actually been closed off. So maybe the strategy or the way you do something you think has, because it's worked for you up until this point to get 4 cups, it's like, oh well, it's always worked, so I'm going to keep doing it this way. But it's like, no, that's actually the way you've been doing it. It's actually been harder, it's been more difficult. And because and on top of that, the way you've been doing it is harder. Then because you weren't open to doing it a different way, it's even more harder. You see what I'm saying? Either way, you were not open. Ace of Pentacles in reverse is not being open to new opportunities, new ways of getting a coin, getting crops, abundance. You're not open to new ways. And if this is matters of the heart, because it's also pink, if this is matters of the heart, you haven't been open, really open to be seen, or to experience a different type of emotional fulfillment. You haven't been open to different ways of receiving emotional fulfillment. Okay? It's double of that now, though. You got the 8 of Cups. See how now you have more cups? The minute you flip this one over, now you got more cups. Now it's easier. It's like now you get a surplus of abundance here. But you have to be open, whether that's emotionally, spiritually, open to the way you do things, so a different way of doing things, a different way of receiving more abundance, more money, looking for different ways of making money. Once you become open, you get more. Oh shit. That's right. Exactly. Because it was for you, girl. Exactly. It was for you. See? And I keep telling people all the time, you have to believe that that money just comes to you. I mean, really believe it. Literally sit there and just tell the divine, hey, you want money today. And then forget about it, and I'm telling you, you're going to get money. That happens all the time. That's how powerful we are when it comes to manifesting things. You just manifested that like that without no real proof, right? And this is God's way of telling you, hey, you're taken care of. Here's your abundance. You make money easily without even having to try. This is what I was talking about manifestations. Exactly that. You go outside, you get $300 off the floor. Damn. Just like that. Because you're worthy of it. Look at that. Perfect example right there for Constance. I tell the universe all the time, I swear you, I kid you not, it starts small. What do I want today? I want some fries. Okay, thank you, universe. The next day I get fries. Free. I tell God, I want some money today. Hours, I get $20 sent to me. Just like that. Through work, right? But or donations or whatever. But it's just given to me. And look what I'm saying. When we really believe it, we get it. Thank you, Constance, for sharing that. It blew my mind. Exactly. And it happened when she went for a smoke break, but which I get you, because you know you were stressed, so you needed that money. Girl, shout out to Constance. Alright, let me stop. Let me stop. What was that? What was we talking about? 'Cause I had a smoke break earlier, girl. I know what you were talking about. I know what she was saying. Opening to receiving is so powerful. Exactly. That's right. That's right. Girl, I get you. Yes. So, well, we're on a whole tangent here, but anyways, back to the reading. 7 and 8. Yeah, 8 of Cups again. Right? That's what I'm saying. It's like being open for more to come through, come through, more to come in, come through. I'm getting like receiving a whole bunch, surplus of everything, your cup being filled to the brim, and extra cups bring coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. 88. Remember, my favorite numbers are 888 because they talk about abundance. From the spiritual to the physical. Gifts, abundance, money, everything. Right? And I'm getting 88, so that's just like it's like I don't want to say it's quantified, but it's multiplied for sure. All these cups, all these cups, all these cups. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're working through something though. Somebody's working through being open and receptive to new forms. For some of you guys, it's emotional availability, okay? Being emotionally open to receive what you really truly believe that you're worthy of. Not what you settled for, but what you're really worthy of. Some of you guys are open to receiving that. A real cup of love, not only from the divine, but from like a true reflection of what you believe you're worthy of through people. And for others of you guys, I'm getting, if it's money or the way you, it's like somebody works too hard. Like we were talking about earlier, the whole point that I just made. We work too hard. The way you make money, the way you believe you make money it's outdated. So now you're working on new belief systems about how to acquire, make money, and it's coming in like that. Okay? But I feel like somebody's working through that because some days you feel lucky, some days you don't. It's because remember, once you start understanding that what you think of, right? If you really believe you're worthy of making or having all the abundance in the world, you can believe like that, and one day and then the next day or a couple hours later, you could go back to the lack mentality. And so it's harder because manifestations happen regardless. Whether you're in a good mood or a bad mood, manifestations are going to happen. If you really understand how powerful you are, you're going to understand that. Which is why people always say, work on your thoughts, work on your thoughts, work on your, opening your heart, because you're manifesting at a rapid rate at all times. Right? And so I'm getting that you're getting out of this separation mentality or lack-minded mentality, because you'll manifest this. So you're trying to get out of that to be in a more open space like this, where you can be open and abundant and then manifest from the things you actually do want. So even if you're struggling, just remember you can sit there and say you lack faith, but you can sit there and say, although I'm feeling lack of faith, I'm always abundant in faith. So always end it on a good note, and then keep working on the affirmations. I'm abundant, I'm worthy, I make low sums of money, money just comes into me. I want some fries. If you want some fries, just say it, and then these things happen. Okay? We talk about manifestations for a reason, because anybody that's consciously aware understands that it happens. We're manifesting at all times. It just depends on like the rate of the manifestation, or how bad you want something, or how well you release it. When you release it easily, it comes back to you easily. Either way, at our stage of the game, we manifest way faster. Because in the moment we become consciously aware of how fast we manifest even faster. I swear to God. This is true. I kid you not. This is true. So whenever something appears to you, I always sit there and say, God damn, why did this happen to me? Oh, wait, because I manifested this. And it's true. I thought about this for too long. Fuck, I thought about this for a second. Oh, fuck. That's why I manifested this. I swear to you, all it really is, my future is, or the present moment is the countless sums of thoughts that I had 10 seconds prior, 20 seconds prior, 3 hours prior. That's all it really is. Okay? With the Empress, we're feeling worthy today. So true, exactly. 8888, exactly, me too. 888, 8888, exactly, me too, Constance. So we're on the same frequency, sister. Two of my kids have birthdays this month. I just looked up a place to look for the party. I was 350. God is good. Exactly. Oh, girl, I don't remember those days. Chain smoking as a waitress. Oh, it's the worst. I hate fucking waitressing. It's the worst job. I hate it. But no, I get you. No, because I was literally in December. I was waitressing like last year, and it was just such a horrible fucking job. Like I used to go home crying from the fucking job because it was that bad. Me and my son were in a parking lot and we're joking. My son and a $200 bill flying across the parking lot. I was joking. Yeah, well. Oh, the universe does not understand jokes. Like it thinks you really are making statements. By the way, so see, yeah, the universe don't know the difference between joking and not. Them motherfuckers gonna give you what you just said. You just said what's gonna happen. You ever notice that when you say, "Oh, that can never happen," and then that shit happens? Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. If people knew that, do you know how guarded they'd become about what they what their thoughts are, or what they perceive shit to be? They'd be very intentional about what they think about, right? And I always heard that, but I never really understood it. Really, we never really do until shit like that happens, man. Uh, but congratulations to anybody that's manifesting at a rapid rate, because I know we've been talking about it for months. So we're here, guys. We're here. She's oh, that was the funny part, is that she said it with a joke. The $200 are just flying over. No, you should have said the $300. So then they would have given you 400. Exactly. No, she should have said 300. They would have given you 4. No, they just gave you what you need, right? The Empress. I've been there. I've been there. Okay. Yeah, we're worthy. Look at her smile, a big smile on her faces when we realize we don't have to work so hard, baby. She's a hard worker, though. Don't get me wrong. This Empress works hard. She cultivates, right? She's a hard worker, but right now she's in her, I'm in my beautiful energy. I'm just gonna sit still and look pretty while everything happens for me and manifests for me because I'm worthy of it. That's us. We don't have to work so hard anymore. We just get what we want. Even if money flies across the fucking table, for us. Let money fly across the table. Right? Thank you. You're welcome. No, thank you. Because my point exactly, when I'm feeling down like that and you tell me a story like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. We manifest like that. We bring shit in like that. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for telling me that, sister. Yep. But anyways, yep, we're here. Empress energy, baby. Empress. This is what it is. Alright, that was our Pisces reading. I still forgot about that. I forgot we were doing a reading. Pisces reading for my Pisces, right? Yeah. On this beautiful day. Thank you guys. We're just gonna chill out for a second and just breathe and be and just catch up. Catch up. How's everybody doing today? And Constance, did you think about what topic you may have wanted to talk about? Because there were some that came up for me. But I keep thinking about that one you talked to me about numbers. You kept seeing numbers. That one vision you were having that one time where you kept hearing whispers. You said you were hearing whispers. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. What if I sit down today, right, after a couple of hours or whenever I have time to meditate on like what you think, what would be a good topic of discussion for the collective. And I feel like if we both, I don't know how you get your information, right? Because, I feel like we both might come to a conclusion, maybe the same conclusion. If we're both like on the same wavelength, we might even come up with the same topic. I just kind of want to see if that's something that would happen, But yeah. 99.45. 98. I've had that thought and mentioned it to my angel team. Which one? If we both meditate, then we'll come up with the same one, or the one about the whispers? That one time that you were talking about numbers. Which part? Because I said a whole bunch of stuff this last minute. The one about the numbers? Because remember I pulled cards that day on what you were talking about, and I got Nikola Tesla. Like, I kept getting Nikola Tesla. Because you know how he was so advanced? He was getting information. He used to get information like so, that was ahead of his time. And then I saw this movie called Infinity a couple of days ago about a dude that used to get his mathematical numbers. God would speak through him, through his, because he was Indian, like his culture. And he said every time he spent time with God, he would burn incense and everything. Every time he would spend time with God, he would use grains of salt. Because back in the day, I don't know, I guess he didn't write a chalkboard. He'd use grains of salt to help him, or grains of rice, to help like solve equations, mathematical equations that were not even like at the time, like this is 18 something, right? And these numbers were not that advanced, or we didn't have answers for these equations, right? They were unsolvable equations is what I'm saying. And so I don't know, I don't know why I said that. Shifting and meditating and waiting for a response. Oh, I thought you were talking about the wow, I just went on a tangent. Okay, that mention is my angel, yes. Okay, yeah, we can meditate on that, and then yeah, we can meditate on that and see for sure. I don't mind. I'm gonna kind of ask. Should I ask now? Should I ask? Or is that not something I should do? Kind of want to ask. What do you think? Should we? That's what I get for saying, should I ask? You don't even want to know. I wonder if that was someone else. The messages I received were about being a divine counterpart and being reassigned and coming out of a catalyst situation. Sending invitation. I wonder if that was someone else. The messages I received were about being a divine counterpart. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. I might have been. I didn't know that. I forgot that part. A divine counterpart and being reassigned. What do you, okay, so, but have you met the counterpart yet? Or it was not time yet? Or it was like a delay? Hey, welcome, Strawberry. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Jocelyn Lovely Tarot. About numbers. Holy shit. Really? That's what I got out of that. Like you were saying somebody was whispering numbers, or you were seeing numbers. Like if it were the Matrix, you were tapping into something that was showing numbers. I swear that's what you said. Or maybe that's what I got out of it. What the fuck? It's funny that you mentioned counterparts. I'm getting a 3 of Swords. Constance. For the messages. I'm like, what? Heartbreaks. Thank you, honey. You're welcome. We're just trying to come up with like a type of topic. It wasn't you. Oh shit. Holy snap. That's scary. I could have sworn that was you. Maybe the way I perceived the message. I swear to you, when I read that, that's what I got out of it. You also did talk about the counterpart stuff, but I swear you said something about you tapped into consciousness and it felt like you were receiving numbers. I swear to God, that's how I felt. You may not remember telling me that, but I'm telling you, I remember that because I swear when you said that, something just like it was so beautiful when I heard you say that. I'm like, whoa, now I have to tap into the energy, and I did. And I remember I was telling you I got Tesla out of that. And you're like, I keep hearing whispers of somebody saying numbers to me. Numbers, like, and numbers that you didn't understand. So yeah, sorry, we're just coming up with a topic about what we want to discuss with the viewers soon here. And so we're trying to come up with something. Good morning, Hannah. Welcome. Doing well. How are you, Hannah? Share pyramids, ancient knowledge, Star Sea pyramids, ancient. Yeah, Constance, as we were talking about. Remember? Thank you. Much appreciated. You're welcome. Hey, the magician. Three in a mind. Three in a mind. Australia. That's right. That's right. I'm from the Shy. United States. Chicago. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Australia. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep meditating on this, but I do feel like there's something here about tapping into like because this gives me the subconscious realm, but there's something here about you know how it's under the skirt, and I guess this person is like above the plane. Almost seems like an ascended master type of energy because you have the Three of Swords, but it's a change of consciousness or a change of it's the realm of the mind, but it's number 3, so it gives me like Christ consciousness, ascended masters, tapping into the unconscious and not like being overwhelmed by the subconscious realm or the things that are triggering or the things that are like the scary thought patterns. It's like transcending it is what I'm getting. I don't know. That could be something. I've got the chills. You verified the downloads. You, I don't have a recollection of numbers, but you did pull on the messages from the downloads I received about that message. Really? I don't have a recollection of numbers, but you did pull on the message from the downloads I received that. Oh, so it was maybe that. Okay. Because I was like, I know you told me something about numbers. Verified the downloads. Yes, I was thinking we could tap into that. Oh, I've got the chills. Yes. Is that the one? Yeah, because I pulled on the card. I'm like, okay, why is it the 3? Is it the 3 of Swords? It could be that too, but it's like a Ascended Masters. The only reason I say that is because it's above the plane. You see how like she's above the subconscious, but it's her skirt is under that. It's like she's above the plane now, and it's a master. Number 1, it's like I don't know. The magician technically is a master. Ascended master though. I'm getting ascended because they're ascended. Ascended masters. I don't know. Ascended plane. I mean, we are tapping into a consciousness that is so freaking powerful at this point, at this stage of the game. So I can only imagine this is something we should talk about. Yeah. Let me know. I'm gonna still meditate on it and see, and then you can let me know if you come up with something. I'm getting 1 and zeros. Yo, 1 and zeros. 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. That's like, isn't that like a number, a number? 3 1 and 0. 3 10. 3 1 and 0, but it's a 10. Oh, I think it's a completion state, no? Stage? 1 and 0 is a 10. 1 and 0. It's a 10. It's completion. I don't know. But why is it showing up like that though? What's the 3 though? I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I can think about this and see. Huh. Beautiful. Figured that out because that's exactly what I thought about tapping into. Really? Holy shit. Well, I mean, there's a reason. There's something here about our collective reading is really gonna be spot on here. So, yeah. Yeah, I believe the collective is going through a strong rebirth. I keep getting that message. Yeah. Oh, well, we are. We really are, collectively. I know a couple of the readers have been talking about this, how we're already at like a lot of people went through their karmic initiations or whatever. They're done. They've completed certain stages, and now we're at rebirth stage. And yeah, because 0 is rebirth, technically. It's the beginning. It's a 1, and we're on our way to a 1, so. I'm also getting North Node, though, with this. Because of the star, we're following our North Node, and we're going this way. From a 0 to 1, you can always look at it that way, too, I guess. Interesting. Okay. Okay. We can totally look and see. It's awesome. It is. For sure. I'm excited. Definitely excited. Okay. We can do that. Showing an 8-pointed star for months, and I have no idea why. That's so crazy. I started learning about the 8-pointed star a couple of days ago. I never knew what that was. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know there was such thing as an 8-pointed star. It's Venus, the symbol for the planetary system Venus. Look into that. Oh, hey, thank you, Josie. Oh, shit, now we're talking about that. Damn. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well, Josie. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to look into that. Venus, the 8 point. Yeah, it's the back in the day when Venus was a planet, like the inhabitants of Venus. Yeah, now it's wow. Yeah, I learned that in a podcast. I don't even know why. Oh, they were talking about the transferring consciousness. You know how like aliens have abducted bodies and then transfer their consciousness. Somebody was talking about the planet Venus and like and its inhabitants of it, and then they were talking about what the 8-pointed star represented. And I was like, "Are you sure? I've never heard that." I was like, "I didn't even know there was an 8-pointed star." And yeah, I guess that was a thing. I was like, "Okay, cool." Yeah, we finished the readings a bit ago, but I will timestamp everything for everybody who missed it. And I went live earlier, so. Interesting. 5 star. 8-pointed star. I'll definitely look into that. I like learning new stuff. Me too. I'm blowing. Maybe one day so we can schedule private live session so we can chat and get the ball rolling. Absolutely. Yes, we can do private live session. Well, we're gonna have to if we're gonna do the live, and then depending on how fast we want to get it out. I think we should definitely. I mean, we have time to prepare and stuff, but we should definitely look into that. My email's in the description box. No, you already have my email. We can email me, or I'll email you, and then we can figure something out about like meeting, because I know you have your kid's birthday and stuff. So whenever that's over with, we can definitely talk about like how we can get that started. With it being psychic protection and renewal, rebirth, all types of cool meaning. I bet it is. I mean, Venus, I can see that. Psychic protection and renewal birth. That rebirth, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna look into it too to see what I come up with, because you know how sometimes people make different searches and different things come up. So definitely, for sure, no rush. It'll get done. I'm nervous, but I'm stoked too. Oh yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be really good. Yeah, me too, Chelsea. Alright, y'all. I think that's it. Nobody has any questions, comments regarding the reading? Any questions, comments? Let me know. Okay. Can't wait to watch. Oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna plan to do this sometime in the near future. Definitely get us going with the live. It's gonna be like it's like one of those what do you call those? I forgot. I forgot the name of it. Not a podcast, but like joints, two people on live. Ladies get together. Yes, we will. Take care, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it collaboration. There you go. So slow. Yeah, collaboration. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this live. I love y'all so much. Take good care of yourselves. I love y'all. Take care. Bye.